We're back in the classroom today. It's been a while, but we're here. So I haven't been in my room in a minute, but they put new carpets in, which I'm really, really thankful for because my old carpets looked disgusting and gross and they were really gnarly. But now there's stuff everywhere and some stuff's not even here. Like I can't even find, like, I don't know, like my whole coffee table disappeared. Like my whole desk chair just disappeared. I have no idea where it is. First, I want to say thank you to Staples for sponsoring this video today. All the things I talk about are all of my school essentials and they will be linked in the description box below. So if you like anything, if you check anything out, you can head right to staples.com. You know, there are always things we all want in our classroom. Like I really want a treehouse over here, like legit full-on treehouse. I would love to have it with a fireman's pole. I would love to have a class pet. I would love to have a vacuum in my classroom. I'd love to get rid of desks and to have a giant Game of Thrones like table in the middle of my room. We could just all sit family style and learn like that. And then that table would be able to break apart into small pieces for group work and things of that nature. But you know, I don't have these things. Those are dreams and maybe one day they will come true. Hopefully the treehouse is a real thing. But there are also things I need in the beginning of the year that are essentials. Things that I like literally don't want to start my year without. And so one of the things I love that Staples is doing right now is they're coming up with solutions that parents and teachers need when shopping for back to school. With all this to do, I love the idea that I can just like order it real fast. I have it shipped right to my school. So it's not even shipped to my house. I have it shipped right to the school so that it's already here. And then I can like start rocking and rolling so I can get this stuff ready now. And then when my other stuff comes in, I'm ready for it. So my first thing, I say this to first year teachers all the time. This hack, this tip that I'm about to give you, it will change your teacher life. One day this year, your school, they will have a paper order out. You know that you have to come in early to make copies for a test, for a quiz, for an activity, for something, right? And you come to school and the copy paper's out. There's none around. No one can find any. The delivery's late or it didn't get here yet or we didn't realize we ran out of it. So what you need is a single ream of paper that you hide in the bottom drawer of your desk. Put under other stuff. The street value of this is very, very high. So I keep a ream of paper in the bottom drawer of my desk. When the school runs out of paper, the kids will get all stoked because they don't think that there's now a test or something like that. And it's like, nah, bro. I got it hidden in the bottom drawer. I keep at least one of those in the bottom drawer hidden all year. I don't tell anybody else about it. And then it is nice if somebody else needs paper too that I can say, hey, look, I'll loan you some now and then just like get me back one day. But you should keep one of these hidden in your bottom drawer of your desk at all times. Next are pens. So I really like Bic pens. I really like these because they're black. I like when the kids write in black. I don't like when kids write in red because I grade in red. They have a cap, which everyone ends up just losing. But the point is I like ballpoint pens better than I like gel pens. I just think that they write nicer. So I get a giant box or a few boxes of these. I get like the 60 count ones because one of the things I'm just not interested in arguing with students about or having a conversation about is, why didn't you bring a pen or pencil to class today? And so I used to use pencils, and I also at one point started getting like those little like miniature golf pencils, but then you need a pencil sharpener, and every teacher knows that pencil sharpeners are like the loudest thing in the world. So I try to just get by that by just offering pens. And so I loan them to students. They can give them back if they want. A lot of times they will give them back. Sometimes they need them for the next class, so just tell them to take it. It's not a really big deal. But they're so inexpensive to just keep a whole bunch of these in my class. And another thing you can do, a really quick tip, is kids will leave pens and pencils all over the place in the beginning of the year. So when everyone leaves for the day, I just pick all of them up, I put them in a drawer, and then when anybody needs something over the year, I just have a bunch of random ones. But I like to start off the year with a few boxes because to ask the kids on the first day of school, hey, take out a piece of paper and something to write with, inevitably someone forgot a pen, they lost it. Oh wait, I lost it. It's in the last class. Can I go get it? Nope, it's cool. I already have one for you. And then you're just moving on without having to make it a big deal out of it. Another thing I love doing is making giant signs on sticks. And then I stand in the hallway like this. And when students, before they even come into my class, before they even ask me what we're doing today, I already have a giant sign on a stick that says what we're doing. The stick has Velcro on it. So there's another sign behind here so I don't have to use different sticks. So if it's independent reading day, yep. If it's a message that I want you to know from my friend Cho, who's the dean of students at our school, I can have that on here. And don't forget your homework. Don't forget to bring in your permission slips. There's a 99% chance that you're awesome. Act accordingly. These are all different signs that I have. But to do these big signs, I use foam core board, but I also use these Sharpie Magnums, right? There are a lot of different brands of these large markers. I just find that these work the best, and they do smell. Do it like with a window open, or don't do it when all the kids are in there. Because I have written with these in class, and everyone just go, "What's that smell? Reynolds, what's that smell? Why does it stink? What's that smell? Oh my gosh, it smells so bad." I do it after school. I just make sure that I have a window open or something like that. But these are awesome. They last for a fairly long time. And this is one of those things you want to hide in your room because other people will see and they'll be like,
"Oh, I'm just gonna go borrow it."
And then you never see it again. Put these with your ream of paper in the bottom of your desk so that no one accidentally walks off with one of them. And while we're on the topic of markers, I find that there's nothing more coveted in the building than black Expo markers. When they're brand new, it is like the most glorious thing to write on a very clean whiteboard with a brand new Expo marker. Now, I will tell you a trick that I do with these is, first of all, I buy them in bulk. I buy the big boxes of them, and then I take the yellow ones. I switch the lids from the yellow Expo marker to the black Expo marker because everybody will try and borrow your black Expo marker. This is the best color by far. No one will ever borrow your yellow one. Unless they have black lights in their room, no one's gonna borrow your yellow Expo marker. So I switch all the caps. I do the same thing with Sharpies. I mean, I don't know what your school's like, but no one's out to like steal something, but they will borrow it or they forget that they have it, but no one will accidentally grab your yellow Expo marker. So free tip. My room has been untouched for so long that I have old composition books. Like these are all the composition books I had from last year. So one of the things I love to do for each class, I have one of these egg crates and all of them are labeled. We'll get to that in a second. In there, I have composition books. These are really inexpensive and I like the composition books because the students can't rip pages out of them without it looking like a disaster. What happens with most notebooks is either you get the frilly things on the end when kids hand it in, and that's a nightmare, or they'll use that same notebook in your classroom every day, and when they keep ripping papers out of it, then by the end of the year they run out, and now you have a notebook or a journal, in my case, that doesn't have enough pages. This gets by that particular situation. I love these. I use them for journals in class. They stay in class. So I have journals, and then I also keep folders for all the students. I get them in all different fun colors. So these are like all the colors of the rainbow here. And these, I will put students' names on front of this and the period number. I also do that for each student with a composition book with their name and period number on top of that. And then all that stays in the crate. This stuff almost never goes home. This is all stuff that stays in class. So if we're working on a project, if you have a rough draft we're working on, none of that stuff ever leaves. It just stays in class in the crate that is labeled for their period. Now, labeling, I love labeling stuff. I am basically like a 6-year-old that can't put his toys away unless every single thing is labeled. As a matter of fact, we're gonna take a look at my desk real quick. So I write my name on everything, first of all. So every single thing that I have has my name on it somewhere in my room, whether it is my desk chair, which is why I know that even though my desk chair is missing right now, I'm gonna find it at some point because nobody else knows that my name is spray painted on the bottom of it. Another thing I do though is label everything, and I use masking tape to do that, right? So I buy like the big 4-roll of masking tape because then I can just use a Sharpie and write on there. And if you look behind me, I have all these compartments, and when this is all organized, there's something in every single space here, and all of them are labeled with masking tape with the name of what goes in there. So the pens only go in the pen drawer. The Sharpies go in the Sharpie drawer. The glue goes in the glue drawer. The suitcase that says weird stuff only has weird stuff in it. So when I do that, I am making it easier for me to find stuff. I'm making it easier for me to clean up stuff. And I'm also making it easier for students to find and to put away things that they have borrowed. So if someone borrows colored pencils, there's the colored pencil drawer right there. So they don't have to figure it out or wonder where it went or just leave it somewhere random. It is all coordinated. And I find that doing things like that helps me systematize my day, helps me to move through things clearer and faster. And that just really helps like lessen the number of conversations I have to have in the day or things that I have to do in any particular day. So in that space of being organized, the other thing that I want to do is not waste my time trying to hold on to ideas. So I have two different things that I use, I'll say three different things that I use to stay organized during the day. One, I love Post-it notes, and I love bright colored Post-it notes. I write really thin with fine pen, and I have very small handwriting. So for me to write like on something that's not bright, and you can't see it as easy, and I want to move fast during the day. So Post-it notes are key to just get tons of ideas down, to write things down and then to stick them up, and then I'm going to organize those later. The other thing I'll do when I'm making lists and things, I will use legal pads all the time. I have different ones, so I like the ones that have they're either white up here or they're black. So I will write on them like, this is stuff for school, this is stuff for business, this is stuff for after school programs, this is stuff for my YouTube club. When you have like the white on the top there, you can write in black on it, or you can write on the black ones. I use paint markers a lot of times to write on those. So even my lists are organized. And then there's a couple of different online platforms that I use to organize all of this stuff once I get there. And that's a whole nother video I want to talk about, like really going into some of the organizational pieces of, that didn't even sound right, the organizational pieces that I use online to sort of take these ideas. Those are just placeholders. And then I go online and organize all of my thoughts, organize the links that go with those trips and things of that nature. That is a way for me to kind of like not hold on to it in my brain, that I get to dump it and then organize it, and then they become action steps instead of just like a whole bunch of Post-it notes. And it really is so disastrously messy in here right now. So the last two things I want to talk about that I use all the time are, one is a clipboard. I like the wood ones. I don't like the clear ones because I don't want anyone to see what's on the other side. I like using these hardwood ones. I like the metal clips too, like this, instead of the ones that are like, there's some kind of like weird little metal outline thing that's on the top, and I prefer these. I keep my seating chart on this all day so that I have something to lean against. I have something to walk around with when I'm checking homework or I'm checking progress on things, and to keep notes on what page we're on in the class, or where we stopped in a particular movie that we were watching. So having a clipboard with me all the time is really important. And then my last thing that I just love, it is literally my number one thing that I use in school all the time, and that is, many of you know, zebra pens. When I started doing student teaching, my cooperating teacher used zebra pens, and he was always talking about it. He loved them so much, and I started using them, and then I just found that they are the best. I get a certain kind for me, and then there's another kind that I get for students. So I don't give these to my freshmen, but like when my older guys come in and work, I always turn them on to them and say like, use this zebra pen. I'm giving you a gift, and that is the zebra pen. Students like the gel ones more than they like the ballpoint ones, so I get those for them. But they're great to have in like different colors. So if you're grading different things, sometimes I will grade and what I'm writing, if it's circled in red or blue or black or purple, that signifies something. So I will have a list of things on the board, letting students know exactly what that color means. But zebra pens to me they're the best. It's my favorite kind of pen to write with. So let's get ready to go back to school by focusing on what are the essentials that you need and not just the dreams, because that's going to help you get ready for the beginning of the year. You can go to staples.com now and find everything that you need to go back to school. They give you competitive prices, rewards, and give you low prices on all the things you need to get back to school. Find top quality products, your favorite brands, exclusive products that are only available at Staples, and all the stuff that's trending right now. So when you're watching videos on YouTube or you see something on Instagram, you can see stuff and then you know that Staples is gonna have what you want. And why is Staples my online back to school shopping destination? Because my room looks like a disaster and I need to be able to order something quick, cheap, and have it delivered to me so I can deal with this mess. You can shop online at staples.com/back-to-school or click the link below. And that's it, gang. Hopefully the next time I see you, I'll either be cleaning this up or I will have it cleaned up to show you. I want to thank Staples for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. And I hope as you all are getting back into your classrooms, you're getting ready for the greatest year ever. That's it, gang. Peace.